Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Langley Speedway for tonight's Dollar Beer Night presented by Misfits Motorsports. And we want to thank the drivers of the 81 and the 88 of Misfits Motorsports for becoming tonight's sponsor of tonight's race. We really appreciate what they do for us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network and the Espresso Coffee Cup Series here live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We want to thank everybody for tuning on in here tonight for tonight's racing action, which will be kicking off here in just a moment's time. My name is Upstate Ale here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We thank you all for tuning on, and the drivers are in their drivers meeting at the current moment as they get ready to go 100 laps here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Let's take a moment here and we want to thank everybody for watching the Espresso Super Series here presented by the Coffee Cup Racing League. The Coffee Cup Racing League is presented by Dr. Noise Custom Graphics and Die Cast, Hall Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning, Misfits Motorsports, Empire Racing Team, Arts Barbershop, and Eddie's Performance Solutions. That is the presenting sponsors of the 2021 Espresso Super Series here tonight as we take a look at some race information for tonight's racing action. The Dollar Beer Night for the Coffee Cup Racing League is a cool 69 degrees, 56% humidity. We had partly cloudy skies underneath here with 2-mile-an-hour wind. Track temperature 74 degrees, and they are in Hampton, Virginia at the Langley Speedway. Just a 3/10 of a mile racetrack. This one will go by quickly here tonight. We want to thank everybody for tuning on, and let's take a look at our current point standings coming into tonight's racing action. For the Hall Sheet Metal Championship standings, Joe Schaefer is up atop of the heap. He is leading the way with 290 points. The second place driver, well, it's the Green Mountain Madman, the Empire Racing Team entry of A.J. Hamill. Matt Eddy is in your third spot. Bill Martin after a disastrous run, and Jimmy McIntyre rounding out your top five. Sixth in the point standing is Matt Vaude, John McIntyre, Justin McDuff, Mike Holtzclaw, and Justin Smith rounding out your top 10 as we roll on with the season here tonight. This is round number 6 for the Espresso Super Series, and like I said, 1 week ago, Joe Schaefer picked up the win on mid-season championship night out at the Bull Ring in Las Vegas, and he has that nice little points lead right there with a 19-point lead over A.J. Hamill. Can anybody do anything with him? We will find out here. Schaefer did make it to the racetrack. They're unloading the Epic Media sponsored number 6 car. Bill Martin also a late arrival to the racetrack, and Andy Lambert. So right now we have 19 drivers, the best of the super late model drivers out here on the racetrack for the Espresso Super Series. They will wrap up their practice session, just a couple minutes left in that. After tonight, we will head to the Nashville Fairgrounds, a very fast racetrack in Nashville, Tennessee, for Dr. Noise Custom Paints and Die Cast Night, followed up by a trip down south to the Florida region, to the Panhandle, to the New Smyrna Speedway for Hall Sheet Metal Night. That'll be the next 2 weeks coming up here, 5 weeks in a row to crown a champion for the Espresso Super Series, the inaugural season for the super late models in action here with the Coffee Cup Racing League. This is going to be an exciting one. This season has already been very exciting, but it has been a driver of Joe Schaefer who has been the driver to beat. Here he has 4 wins in the 6 starts so far, so this is round number 7. He has 3 in a row, which was Myrtle Beach, Stafford, Thompson, and then he won last time out the end of May for the midseason championship. Bill Martin picked up the inaugural win at the Southern National Motorsports Park way back when in April And then it was Matt Eddy picking up the win at the Five Flags Speedway May 12th. So those are your 3 different winners this season. Could we get a 4th here tonight? I am going to put my bet on it. We have a lot of fast drivers right now. Steve Baker up atop of the heat as we get ready to go with tonight's racing action. Remember, no qualifying in here. That is lined up based off of a handicap of your last few races. So no qualifying. You're lined up based on that, where you're going to line up. And I can tell you right now, starting on the pole here tonight should be the number 8 of Andy Lambert. Mike Holtzclaw slated to start second. Both drivers are in attendance, so that should be our official front row. So practice should be winding up here momentarily. While we take a moment, we'll be right back here to bring you tonight's start of the race on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back here as the practice session starting to wind down here tonight as we get ready to go with tonight's dollar beer night. And I have to admit, we ran down to the concession stands during that quick break, and well, if Misfits is going to buy it, we might as well drink it here on dollar beer night. We'll be bringing you all the action. We want to thank everybody at the Misfit Motorsports for making dollar beer night possible. They said they are almost sold out of beer down at the end, and that Matt McLean had to pick up the tab in the 88 New York, who is in attendance here tonight. So hopefully he finishes up high enough to cover the tab for the beer that you fans out there are grabbing down at the concession stands. But here is your starting lineup presented by Hall Sheet Metal here tonight for Misfit Motorsports presents Dollar Beer Night. Starting on the pole, the driver out of Vermont in the Priority Aviation Black Rifle Coffee. Car number 8, Vermont. This is Andy Lambert. Starting on the outside of him, the driver out of Limestone, Tennessee in the Catch 22 Motorsports. Car number 22, This is Mike Holtzclaw. Starting third on tonight's grid, car number 02, the driver out of Boonville, New York, it is John McIntyre. Next driver going to start on the outside of him, car number 39, it is Bill Martin, the GSM Racing entry. Doug Wasaki and Justin Smith will make up row number 3. Jeremy Watkins is going to make up row number 4 with Ken Farmer in the Hall Sheet Metal entry, car number 59. Jimmy McIntyre, the Misfits Motorsports entry, will roll off 9th, and Craig Tully, the Canadian, will roll off in spot number 10. Rolling off in the 11th position here tonight, the car number 20, the driver out of Hudson Falls, New York, Empire Racing Team member, the number 20 of Justin McDuff, and outside of him will be Jeff Dillon. A.J. Hamill, Chris Roma make up row number 7. Row number 8, you'll have your championship leader of Joe Schaefer and Steph Marinac. In that road, Matt Votty, Matt McLean, Steve Baker, and Travis Roma. All is your 20-car starting field. Schaefer starting in the pits, unable to make the grid as your pace car will be down and away. We're going to go green. 100 laps of racing coming your way. Down in the turn number 1, it'll be Andy Lambert jumping out to the race lead. It is the 02 of McIntyre. He leads the way. In spot number 2, Wasaki runs third. Justin Smith is in the 4th spot. Everybody getting down into single file action as they roll through turns 1 and 2. Bill Martin in the 5th spot, able to get down out of the outside line in the NARF.org number 39. He rolls there. Mike Holtzclaw up the racetrack. He is still yet to find a home down low. He will now, as now he'll drift up in there, but we have yellow flag coming out. The 34 of Doug Wasaki is facing sideways on the front stretch. Looks like no contact was made with anything with that number 34, but we'll take and find out what happened to that number 34. Watching Doug Wasaki, he's running with a 45 of Justin Smith through the corner. Gets on the gas, oh, just loses it, locks it out. Oh, a little bit of contact with the inside barrier. Able to pull away though. So Doug Wasaki able to pull away as they'll move that on down. Now as they look to rebuild that number 34, he'll tag into the back of the field. Andy Lambert had jumped out to your early race lead, and he shows the way so far here tonight. Well, just like that, we're going to come back up here and see the number 8 of Lambert showing the way up on the front of this one. So now the lights will go out. It'll be McIntyre on the outside in car number 02. Justin Smith in the 3rd spot. Bill Martin, Tully, and Holtzclaw. So the field lined up, double file, off of turn number 4. We're going to go back green flag racing. Through 1 and 2, still door to door off the corner. They work down the backstretch. One car going around. It looks like to be the 55 of Baker. He is facing southbound in a northbound lane. Able to point the number 55 in the right direction. But a tough break for that number 55 as he gets pointed out in the right direction. Let's take a look and see what happened here on this restart. Still working the outside. Ken Farmer down low. He tries to get down into turn number 1. Farmer got a little bit loose and just caught the left rear quarter panel of the 55. Let's watch it one more time. Look out the back with the Misfits Motorsports onboard camera. See the slight contact and around he will go. Everybody doing a great job to miss the spinning SRTV number 55 of Baker as he pulls away on the back stretch. So Baker will tag along there as well. How about the number 81, Jimmy McNair, sporting some new colors with that Beth's Colorful Creations number 81. Right in front of him, his teammate, the 88 New York of Matt McLean. Showing the way, you'll see where your favorite driver is running on the right side there. I want to thank everybody for tuning on in here tonight. If it's your first time tuning on into the Turn 3 Racing Network, please hit that subscribe button on the YouTube side. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and get notifications every time we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And we have action every night of the week. So we can definitely make sure that you are getting notified of when and where we will be racing. So these drivers ready to put on a show for you as we are working our second yellow flag of the evening, but that will be going away. Andy Lambert shows the way up on the front of this one. New sponsorship for the 02 of Johnny McIntyre. The AC Customs Racing is the sponsor on that number 02. So glad that he picked up some new sponsorship in the off week. Pace car down and away. We are back on the way. Lambert not wasting any time. Jumps out to the race lead. Justin Smith now moving into the number 2 spot. He's got the 39 of Bill Martin working underneath him. They'll go door to door in the turn number 3. Off of turn number 4. Lambert still shows the way in the 8 Vermont. Showing the way in the turn number 1. Justin Smith's got a fast number 39 right behind him, but here comes Matt Vaughty. Vaughty up to the 4th spot. He started back in spot 17. Matt Vaughty wasted no time coming to the front with the DV. He gets a little bit loose there. Oh, contact! Tully in the outside wall. If Johnny McIntyre involved, Jimmy McIntyre going to make contact. He'll go spinning in the turn number 1. Hard contact for the 05 of Tully that came off of turn number 4. And contact had happened down there. Let's take a look and see here. See him working the 02 of McNair on the outside. Came off the corner. Oh, got the apron and pushed the car up. And then they were just hooked on each other. Johnny McNair nowhere to go. Jimmy McNair comes in and gets the front end. So a little heavy front end damage on the number 5 of Craig Tully. And Tully is down in the pits right now. So everybody had to scatter for that yellow flag as we come back to live pictures. See Craig Tully's crew down there working on the race car. He will pull away. So a tough break as he'll be down 1 lap to the arrears to the field, but he might have time to make that up if we happen to have another yellow flag. So now Tully back on pit road along with the number 52 of Jeff Dillon. I feel his pain, the Washington Capitals. Out of the Stanley Cup playoffs along with my Pittsburgh Penguins. So they're out playing golf together, I suppose. How about the pace car driver? Art Hamill out there in the pace car. Charlie Smith up in the race control. He's on the one-way receiver telling the drivers, we're 20 laps in, guys. There's plenty of time left to go. Number 38, that is Travis Roma. This would be his first start of the season for the number 38 of Roma. Right behind him is the number 83 of Chris Roma. Thankfully, they do not try to confuse me and both run the number 83 and have look-alike cars. One's yellow, one's red. It's easy to confuse me up here, especially on Dollar Beer Night presented by Misfits Motorsports. Field doubling up behind the pace car. We're going to go at green flag racing. This time off of turn number 4. Pace car down and away. Green is up and we are back live here into turn number 1. 45 of Smith now on the outside. He's got the Matt Vaughty automobile to the inside of him down here in the turn number 1, 3, and 4. Everybody making it through 1 and 2 now as they work down the back stretch. And into turn number 3. Everybody doing a good job. Justin Smith back to the 4th spot. He's got the number 38 of Roma. He is your hard charger, up 15 positions from the last place starting spot here tonight. So Roma making quick work using the advantage of the few quick yellow flags that we have had. But Bill Martin now starting to apply the pressure as we go on board with the Hall sheet metal onboard camera with the 39 of Bill Martin. Martin trying to make a move on in the backstretch, can't quite do it. He's got the number 7 of Vaughty coming up behind him. Justin Smith runs 4th. Chris Roma and Travis Roma 5th and 6th. Mike Holtzclaw is starting to claw his way back towards the front as he runs in the 7th spot after getting stuck to the outside. How about this one? A brand new paint job on the Coffee for Wellness, number 20 of Justin McDuff. Starting to roll forward in a brand new paint job on that Mustang. Justin spent the week off testing quite a bit in this super late model. Said he's not quite comfortable with it just yet, but is trying to get more comfortable with it as we work through the summer months. Right behind him is the driver that comes in second in the standings of tonight. That's the number 18 of A.J. Hamill. Hamill is up 4 spots. He started back in the 13th position. He currently rides in the 9th position. Jimmy McIntyre runs in spot number 10. That's the rounds out your top 10. We saw this driver spinning out early on in this feature event. The 55 of Steve Baker. He is rebounded. He currently runs 11th. Everybody doing a great job as now we take a look from the Hall sheet metal blimp cams. They work off a turn of 4. Everybody single file, but Bill Martin now shuffled to the outside. Bid for second place. Matt Vaughty works under. They're going to try it 3 wide down the backstretch at Langley. They settle it back to 2x2, but Bill Martin working the outside of the racetrack. Another car up the racetrack. That was Justin McDuff. Back there in the deeper in the field. Everybody doing a great job. Now the yellow flag is going to come out as Justin McDuff has gone around in the 81 of Jimmy McIntyre. Sits with the front end all crinkled up on the Best Colorful Creations car number 81 down here in turn number 1. Let's see what happened to bring out our fourth yellow flag. You see McDuff up the racetrack. The 81 of McIntyre down low. They got the corner. Oh, a little bit of net code, and then they were stuck together. And up and over, and McIntyre is going to stick the landing. Let's take a look from it from high above with the blimp cam. Let's watch the number 81 of Jimmy McIntyre. You see him come off the corner. Oh, just like we saw with Tully, they got hooked there on the right rear in the left front of McDuff. McDuff on the brakes, but a little bit too late for Jimmy McIntyre as he goes for a ride down in turn number 1. So a tough break for the driver out of Krogan, New York, and the best colorful creation, car number 81. As he sits there on pit road to get the damage fixed. Brand new paint job on that automobile. A very sharp looking race car by that. But he now will have to sit in pit road and get the damage fixed on that number 81. All that was happening as well with the number 39 of Bill Martin. He was stuck to the outside. Well, now he'll restart in the third spot, but a very fast Matt Vaughty working the outside of the racetrack. And he currently is your hard charger, tied with Travis Roma. Both these drivers started deep in the field. 17th for Matt Vaughty. He is up 15 positions so far in this feature event for the driver of the number 7 out of Staunton, Wisconsin. Up 15 positions. That is a feat here at Langley. Langley, one of the toughest racetracks on the surface. I would say this one and Oxford, very flat, very similar in how you get around these racetracks. As the field will start to double up, we'll get the white flag. I believe the flagman Barney has it rolled up, showing the field 1 to go. So next time by, we will go back green flag racing. So your front row is going to be the number 8 Vermont. That is Andy Lambert. To his outside, the number 7 of Matt Vaughty. Bill Martin, Justin Smith on row 2. Then is Chris and Travis Roma in row number 3. Mike Holtzclaw, AJ Hamel, Steve Baker, and Matt McLean, your top 10. Pace car down in the way. Green flag is up, and Lambert was ready to go. But so wasn't Vaughty down here in the turn number 1. Drag race in the turn 1. It'll be Vaughty putting the nose out in front, but Lambert right back to the inside. Now Vaughty with the nose out in front in the turn number 3. Can Vaughty make the outside work? Will Andy Lambert get the power down? And at the line, new race leader for the first time tonight, Matt Vaughty will lead lap number 39. Off the corner, a little bit of contact as they work down the backstretch. Still door-to-door drag race in the turn number 3. And they have the 39 of Bill Martin trying to make a move on the 7 of Vaughty. Now Lambert, he'll take the race lead back away from Vaughty. That opens the inside line for the 39 of Bill Martin. Martin rolling the bottom of the racetrack, and they've got a very fast 38 of Roma coming up through. That is Travis Roma. Travis Roma now going to bid for your third spot. Is now Matt Vaughty stuck on the outside in the wrong lane. Has a little bit of a gap. Can he get down before the 45 gets there? The 45 of Smith will fill the void, and that'll bring in the 22 of Mike Holtzclaw. Holtzclaw really getting better week in and week out. We saw him get shuffled to the outside, and on these last few restarts, able to claw as he battles for the 5th spot. Holtzclaw will take the 5th spot away from the number 7 of Vaughty. Is now Baker's going to take a look to the inside. Baker is, how about Steph Marinac in the Florida Gators number 1? Got some new colors on him. Is the 83 of Roma puts it to the inside of Matt Vaughty. Vaughty trying to find a home down low, and he does not have one as of yet. Vaughty still on the outside. A little bit of bumper contact as Marinac a little bit loose. That allows the outside line to prevail. We'll see if that opens up any holes. Everybody stacked up behind them in single file formation. Closing in on the halfway point, a dollar beer night here But you can tell you Jimmy McIntyre back out onto the racetrack, did lose some laps. Jeff Dillon also back out on the racetrack. They are respectively down 2 and 8 laps down here tonight at Langley. One car a little bit sideways. That was the 20 of Justin McDuff as there was contact there between himself and the 0-2 of Johnny McIntyre. Side by side, Holtzclaw up the racetrack. That opens the inside line for the 83 of Roma, but he will slam the door shut on the front bumper of the Arts Barbershop number 18 of A.J. Hamill. Joe Schaefer also out onto the racetrack after missing the start of the race. Is Bill Martin now to the outside. He's got the 45 of Justin Smith trying to make a move to the inside. The 38 of Travis Roma going to try to go for your race lead. The driver started back in the 20th position, looking for the race lead. Side by side battle for your number 2 spot. Bill Martin on the outside, Justin Smith down low, and here comes the 55 of Steve Baker. All these drivers really starting to put the pressure on as we've just got the halfway. 50 are in, 50 laps remain in the Dollar Beer Night presented by Misfits Motorsports at the Langley Speedway. Great action stacked up 2 by 2 here for your spot number 3. And it's for the 7th spot, Stefan Marinak going to go to the outside as Bill Martin's making the outside work right now as they all close in on the Priority Auto car number 8 VT of Andy Lambert. Lambert doing a good job there. Bill Martin right down on the door panel as we go watch the driver work is the number 39. See how close they run through turns 3 and 4 right there. Almost contact off the corner with the rookie, the 45 of Justin Smith. Slight contact there. Martin up now up the racetrack. They're going to go almost 3 wide. The 38 gets sideways. Up and around goes the 38 of Travis Roma. Bill Martin hard contact with the outside wall as well. We were just coming back to a wide view of that. Let's see what happened. Bill Martin and Travis Roma in trouble down in turn number 3. Bill Martin going back up to where his spot is going to be, and he'll come down pit road now. Let's see what happened as they work down the backstretch. You see the 38 of Roma get up the racetrack. The 45 put the nose down low, contact, and up and around will go to 38 of Roma. Martin into the outside retaining wall. Let's look on back. We ride with a 38. See, I've got 3 wide into slight contact. Got me a little bit of looseness there, and around will go the 38 of Roma. Let's go on board with the in-car view, the Hall Sheet Metal on-board view with Bill Martin. Up the racetrack and hard contact for the driver of the number 39. Bill Martin, and I believe Martin has taken that car behind the wall. He is down on pit road, but Andy Lambert is your race leader, just past the halfway point. Running in spot number 2 is the driver of the 45 of Justin Smith. Steve Baker now has rebounded nicely. He is currently in spot number 3. Chris Roman, car number 83, he'll restart in the 4th spot. A.J. Hamill, the Green Mountain Madman, has methodically worked his way up inside the top 5. Matt McLean, the driver out of upstate New York in the Misfits Motorsports 88 New York, he currently runs 6th. 7th spot is car number 7. This is Matt Vaughty. Justin McDuff is going to hold on to spot number 8 currently. Craig Tully in car number 5 runs 9th. And John McIntyre in car number 02 will hold on to your 10th spot. 11th spot is Jeremy Watkins. Ken Farmer's 12th. Mike Holtzclaw 13th. 14th is Doug Wasaki. And the last car on the lead lap is the number 1 of Stefan Marinek. Those drivers just coming down pit road. Out on the racetrack as well. 1 lap into the arrears is the 38 of Travis Roma. Bill Martin down on pit road. Jimmy McIntyre out onto the racetrack as well as we get ready to go for our restart. Off a turn number 4. Green flag is up and we were ready to go. Lambert with a nice jump down to the turn number 1. He will clear the 45 of Smith. Smith on the outside. He's got the 18 of A.J. Hamill now to the inside off the corner. A little bit sideways. Can he slam the door shut? He will not. He'll roll the outside to the corner, but one car going around it. Looks like to be the Justin McDuff. And we've got a parking lot down in turn number 3 as McDuff, Watkins, and Farmer all coming to a stop down there. Let's see what happened here tonight for Justin McDuff. You see him working the outside of the racetrack. Johnny McIntyre down to the inside. They work down the backstretch. Oh, slight contact there, and that'll send the 20 around the 71 of Watkins nowhere to go. The 22 of Holtzclaw also involved. And the 59 of Ken Farmer all coming to a stop to try to avoid some wrecks down there in turn number 1. So that should give the Hall Sheet Metal. No, he was involved. So it looks like the Hall Sheet Metal freeze pass is going to go to the 81 Jimmy McIntyre. And that's going to give him 1 lap back to the field. So I believe now he will be 6 laps in the arrears to your race leader. So Jimmy McIntyre, if he can stay out there and get a few more yellows, he could get back on the lead lap here. Justin McDuff coming down pit road in car number 20. Crew going to go over the wall, take a look at that number 20 right now. And it looks like they're going to change some tires on that number 20 after the spin. Andy Lambert now going to have a new challenger on the outside of the form of the driver of the number 55 of Steve Baker. Baker going to restart on the outside of the front row when we go back. How about Justin Smith? They're still running inside the top 3. Started back in the 6th position. He had A.J. Hamill over him. Hamill's going to have to start on the outside here on this restart. He will restart in the 4th position. Chris Roma in car number 83 is going to be 5th, and Matt Vaughty has been up and down here tonight. He has made it back to the 6th spot. Matt McLean making a rare start here with the Espresso Super Series is your 7th place driver, and the driver is involved in one of the first wrecks, the number 5 of Tully. He is now running in the 8th spot. 9th spot is John McIntyre. Mike Holtzclaw rounding out your top 10. Green flag getting ready to come back out as they work off the corner. Number 4, the pace car, down and away. 35 laps to go at the drop of the green flag, and the 8 VT was ready to go. He'll get a good jump down in the turn number 1. 55 of Baker works the outside though as they work down the back stretch. Side by side for your race lead, the number 55 of Baker is going to lead it at the line. Can he clear the 8 of Lambert? He cannot. Here comes the 83 of Roma working the inside. A little bit of contact back there between Vaughty and the 8 of McLean. They make contact. One car sideways, and he'll go around. Doug Wasaki involved down there as well. That was a jumble up there on that restart. Let's take a look and see what happened. That all started down the back stretch. Let's watch it from the Hall Sheet Metal onboard camera. You see contact. Oh, the 88 McLean jumped on their brakes and the wheel hopped. They got sideways. McIntyre checks up. He wheel hops it, and then he'll collect the number 22 of Holtzclaw and the 34 of Wasaki. Let's go on board with the inboard car with the number 02 of McIntyre. Around down he will go. Everybody doing a great job not to be more involved in what was involved there. I can't tell you, the number 38 of Travis Roma did get the Hall Sheet Metal Freeze Pass and is back on the lead lap. That'll put 16 cars on the lead lap. Here tonight, and Hall Sheet Metal takes pride in their fast, efficient heating and cooling repairs. They have serviced residential commercial sites since 1932. There's no problem that will catch them off guard, no heating and air system that is unknown to them. It's Hall Sheet Metal for all your heating and air conditioning needs, the proud supporter of the Coffee Cup Espresso Super Series. Two drivers down on pit road. The number 34 of Wasaki is down there, along with the number 7 of Matt Vaughty. Your championship leader not having the night that he would have liked, missed the start and still sits down on pit road. So something wrong with the Epic Media sponsor number 6 here tonight at the Langley Speedway. So there will be a shake-up in the points here tonight. Meanwhile, while this happens, Steve Baker is now going to get control of the field as he wrestled it away from Andy Lambert on the outside of the racetrack. So Lambert now going to start on the outside. Justin Smith will restart third. Fourth will go to Chris Roma. And rounding out your top 5 is the number 18, New York, of A.J. Hamel. Single file restart, though. It'll be in the benefit to all those drivers that would have started on the outside. Down in the turn number 1, the 45 wiggles a little bit. We got contact on the front stretch. Everybody gonna stay pointing in the right direction. No, Matt Vaughty taking the toe as we are underneath the yellow flag there. Something on that restart happened to Matt Vaughty. He started in the back of the field here. Jimmy Mackner up the racetrack. They got gas. Oh, Vaughty just spins the tires, clips the inside wall, and around will go to Deviate Bowling, Flow Bowling number 7 of Matt Vaughty, and a quick tow to the pits for car number 7. As the field paces behind the pace car, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You won't miss a thing for the Coffee Cup Espresso Super Series. Welcome back here to the Langley Speedway as the field still paces behind the Irish pace car driven by Art Hamill here tonight. We want to thank everybody for tuning on in to the Espresso Super Series presented by the Coffee Cup Racing Series. Dr. Noise, custom graphics and die-cast. If you want a replica of your iRacing ride, look them up on Facebook at Dr. Noise, custom graphics and die-cast. Hall Sheet Metal Heating and Air. They do residential and business air heating and air conditioning. No job too small for them that they haven't seen. They can get you straightened out here tonight. And tonight's race sponsor, Misfits Motorsports, driver proudly supporting by the 81 of Jimmy Mackner and the 88 of Matt McLean. If you're watching here tonight and you are not done it yet, please hit that subscribe button on the YouTube side, hit the like button on Facebook, hit the thumbs up. Let these drivers know that you appreciate what they are doing for you. Is now we go green flag racing off of turn number 4. Green flag is back out. Baker steps on the gas pedal. Down here in the turn number 1, Andy Lambert all the way down, trying to find some grip down on the bottom. Lambert runs in spot number 2. The 45 of Smith runs in 3rd. They work off the corner. It'll be 21 laps to go. Side by side, though, Steph Marinak starting to roll from the back of the field. He finished 3rd in the last race out at the Bull Ring, which was his first start of the season. He currently rides in spot number 6. He chases down the 18 New York of AJ Hamill. Matt McLean back there in 88 New York runs in spot number 7. Craig Tully 8th. And how about Justin McDuff? We saw him in the spin cycle a few laps ago. He's got right sides, remember. He has fresh tires on that number 20 as he starts to roll towards the front. Does he have enough time to get to the front, the maneuver around these drivers? We go on board with the Coffee for Wellness, car number 20 of Justin McDuff as he closes in on that battle as we watch this for the battle for spot number 8. McDuff has it. McIntyre behind him and Tully right there in front of him. Everybody lined up, jammed up and jelly tight as the conveyor belt starts to get going. McDuff with a nice move down to the back front stretch. Can he make a move on Tully? He has the fresher tires. He's able to cut underneath them down the backstretch. Tully to the outside. He'll give way to the 20 of Justin McDuff. AJ Hamill up the racetrack. He'll be able to get back down in front of Matt McLean as that was the battle for spot number 5. That'll give it to Steph Marinak. Marinak starting to move up the racetrack. They are all behind the 83 of Roma, who is trying to find a way to pit pocket spot number 3 from the 45 of Smith. And Andy Lambert has reeled in on your race leader. Down the backstretch, they come flying by the Hall Sheet Metal speed cam in the turn number 3. Everybody doing a good job. They work down here in the turn number 1. And still putting the pressure to 83 of Roma, trying to find a way. Steph Marinak says, well, I'm going to try the outside. He'll lose about 2 car lengths down the backstretch. Marinak trying to put the Gator to the outside and did not have the grip up there. Let's see if he tries it again down in turn number 1. See him enter a little bit high, get the momentum roll. He starts to get a run, but has to back out of it. All this behind the battle for your 3rd spot is Chris Roma trying to find a way to get by him. Justin McDuff now is reeled into the backside of the 88. The TPM Enterprises Fury race car of Matt McLean. Can he get by the number 88 New York? Steph Marinak going to get underneath the 83 Aroma, so we'll now move Marinak to 4th. 11 laps to go. Down the backstretch they come on this 3/10 of a mile racetrack. It'll go by quick. We watch this battle as now Marinak puts the nose down low. Smith on the outside. Contact in the turn number 1. Smith up the racetrack. Can he get back down? He'll run toward the door with Chris Roma off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. AJ Hamill plays nice, gets on the binders as Smith will fall back to 5th. Meanwhile, Justin McDuff trying to put the nose underneath the 88 of McLean. Couldn't quite do it that time off of turn number 4. Baker still shows the way up on the front of this one. He's got the number 8 of Lambert right there, but Lambert starting to lose touch with him is now Steph Marinak. He has come from the back, and he'll ride in spot number 3. Can he go one more? He'll take a tuck to the inside. Nothing doing that time on the front stretch. That Gator is on the hunt. He smells the blood in the water. Marinak a little bit sideways down the backstretch, has to reel it back in with just 6 laps to go at the line. Baker enjoying what he is seeing in the rear view mirror right now as they work off of turn number 2. Letting these guys battle it out. He's grown his lead down to 0.6 of a second. Off of turn number 4, the high 5 sign from Barney the Flagman is shown for the 55 of Baker. Now Marinak down to the inside. Can he get by the 8 VT of Lambert? He will. Chris Roma now going to take a bit to the inside for spot number 3. 4 to go at the line. Does Marinak have enough time to get there? Lambert going to fall back to 4th. Great drive by the Priority Auto 8 VT of Andy Lambert here tonight as he falls back to 4th. But Steve Baker's going to have 3 laps to go. Does Steph Marinak have anything left in the tail of that gator to get there? Marinak back there, spot number 2. Is now we watch the battle for the 5th spot. It's currently held by the 45 of Justin Smith, and the battle is really back here for the 7th position with just 2 laps to go. Justin McDuff in the coffee for wellness number 20 all over the back bumper of McLean. McLean a little bit loose, able to hold it down, but the white flag is out. 1 lap to go for the Espresso Super Series. Down the backstretch for the final time for the 55 of Steve Baker. Can he hold off a turn number 4? Marinak is there, just a little bit too late. Baker will pick up the win. Marinak will cross the line in 2nd, Roma in 3rd. 4th spot will go to Andy Lambert. Justin Smith in 5th. AJ Hamill will cross the line in spot number 6. 7th will go to Matt McLean. Justin McDuff, Travis Roma rebounds for a 9th, and Craig Tully will round out your top 10 unofficial here on Dollar Beer Night here at the Langley Speedway as the fireworks go off in turn number 3. Steve Baker burning it down on the front stretch. Celebrating his win, he will become the 4th different winner of the season. Steve Baker getting it done. He will park it down on the front stretch and get into victory lane. We will get a word with our top 3 momentarily. We will be right back here for the Misfit Motorsports post-race show here for the Coffee Cup Racing League's Espresso Super Series.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to Langley Speedway, where Misfit Motorsports presents Dollar Beer Night is just come to an end, and we are down here in Victory Lane with tonight's feature event winner, and he came from spot number 19 to do it. Steve Baker climbs out of the 55, and well, he gets one of those dollar beers. And Steve, put on a show coming through the field like that. Talk us about how difficult this race was to get to the front and in the battle with Andy Lambert.
It was just, I think, all about patience. Just trying to get down to that bottom line and kind of stay in the groove and get by anybody who was shuffled out to the outside or get by any of the wrecks. We were thankfully able to miss any of the big ones. Got caught up in one, but just spun around and no real damage. So, and then, I got to start in the outside and battle Andy there. I think we got a little break with the caution coming at the right time when we had the lead, and then on it was pretty good.
We saw the outside work for a little bit when the tires were cool. Were you nervous if it went a long run on the outside that you might have been in trouble with how everybody gets lined up around the bottom here?
Yeah, I mean, we're out here just running, trying to win, so not really here for points or anything, and I wasn't going to be able to get by Andy on the bottom without moving him, so figured I'd give it a shot on the outside and hope I could stay out there long enough to catch a yellow or something, and it just ended up working. I don't know that we could have got by him otherwise.
But you're going to come home with that checkered flag. You're going to become the fourth different winner here tonight for the Coffee Cup Racing League's Espresso Super Series. Next week, we head to the very fast Nashville Speedway, the fairgrounds. What's the outlook for this race team out there?
Well, we're going to have to deal with Joe, I guess. He had some issues tonight, so I'm sure he'll be back next week, which that'll be a big contender to deal with. So just coming out, trying to keep the car clean and have fun. It's a great group of racers. I got plenty of people to thank for not beating my back bumper off tonight while I was just in line, and that's as much as anything else out there.
Patience, definitely the name of the game here at the racetracks like Langley Speedway. Before we let you roll into the room of doom and go through that tech inspection to make everything official here tonight, who makes it all possible for this number 55?
Just got to thank the sponsor, SRTV Network. Thank you guys at Turn 3 for the broadcasts, and Andy and AJ and everybody who puts this league on and everybody who comes out to race.
Well, congratulations on the win here tonight, becoming our fourth different winner of the season. Car number 55, that is Steve Baker, rounding up one spot out of the podium spot here tonight. And, well, not too shabby is the driver out of Florida, the number one of Steph Marinac. And Steph, you had to come from the back of the pack. You methodically worked your way up there. And talk us through that battle with about 10 laps to go that got you to this number 2 position. See if we got contact. Steph, you there?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Can hear you now, sir. Yep.
All right. Yeah, started 19th. Made my way through the field. I was actually following Steve through there for a lot of it at the beginning of the race. And then I just kind of ran my tires too hard and stalled out probably halfway through the race. So I came in, took 2 tires, started at the back again, and the tire advantage was pretty good. I could rotate the corners a lot better than the cars that didn't take tires, and made my way back up there pretty easily, and just ran out of time. I mean, Steve ran a perfect race, kept his tires clean, and held everyone off there, so he did a really good job.
Yeah, we're taking a look right now. That battle with Andy Lambert. Andy running a great race all night long here. You're able to get down to the inside off turn number 4. You think that was virtue of just having just a few lap fresher tires than the drivers that were in front of you?
Yeah, I could kind of back up the corners a little bit and cut down, and I was getting runs coming off the corner and would just get beside cars about halfway down the straightaway, and that was all tires. And Andy did a really good job too up there conserving his tires. He made it really hard to get by him.
Well, you come home second. You were third at the mid-season championship, which was your first start of the season. We saw you come up to second. Next week, the series heads to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Will we see you in this Gator number 1 at the fairgrounds?
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've never driven at that track before, so it'll be interesting. It'll be something new.
It is a very fast racetrack, so make sure you bring the 5-point harness and your Hans delay. It's very fast there. Looking forward to that one. Should be a lot of great action like we saw here tonight. But before we let you roll on out of here, Steph, who makes it all possible for you in this race team?
Yeah, just shout out to my teammates, the Empire Racing Team, and thank you, Al, for doing the broadcast. Thank all the sponsors at Coffee Cup Racing League.
There you have it, the driver coming home in the runner-up position here tonight. The number 1 of Steph Marinac. He will roll in the hauler as the number 2 man here tonight. And the driver now that will catch up to rolling in to the 3rd spot. And you had an up and down night, sir. Is the driver of the number 83 of Chris Roma. And Chris, you look a little worn out here. You need one of these dollar beers that they are giving out here at the Speedway tonight.
I'm way ahead of you guys. I got a few bucks spent already, but yeah, it was a long night trying to pick and choose when to go. We had a good car and just too many yellows.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of wheel hop in there, a lot of some contact. It looked like innocent contact in most of the accidents out there. But talk about how fierce the competition is here at the Espresso Super Series. A lot of talent in these fields, and with the way that the lineups are done, some of the talent usually has to come from a little outside the top 10. And how much fun is that? And also, how nerve-wracking is that from the driver's seat?
Oh, it's been I've just jumped in late in the season, but I came in, a buddy of mine's been racing with you guys, Craig Tully, said it's a great group of guys, so I followed them in, and it's been super great, clean racing. It's been hard battles from the back every week with the way that they roll the field here with no qualifying, but it's been fun working our way through and keeping it as clean as we can and being aggressive and trying not to make people too mad, but it's been a hell of a lot of fun. It's been some good competition out there.
That's what it's all about here with the Coffee Cup Racing League, is a lot of fun, and I have fun calling the races. It makes for a lot of action when there's a lot of passing, a lot of moving and coming and going in the field all night long. And these drivers, at the drop of any night, it seems like anybody can roll in the victory lane here tonight. You're going to come up just 2 spots shy here, but you had a great run. You started back in the 14th position, and like you said, you had to work your way up through the field. Not an easy feat to do here on a very flat and technical racetrack like Langley Speedway.
No, absolutely not. We got up there once, we were in good position, and we got kind of shuffled out to the outside. That little aggressive, I think it rubbed the guys the wrong way maybe a little bit. Trying to be clean, not touching anybody, but we had fun. It was a good race.
That's all it's about. But before we let you roll on out here tonight, good job on a 3rd place finish. Who makes it all possible for this 83 car to be up here on the podium here tonight?
My Roma Brothers Racing guys that are out here, Travis Roma just started tonight, and Craig Tully. And thank you guys for putting it on.
Well, congratulations on 3rd place here tonight. That's the driver of the number 83. It is Chris Roma. He will roll in out of here with a 3rd place finish as we come back here to a live picture of this racetrack. The field starting to load up in the haulers, the crowd starting to file on out. And before we get out of here, let's look at your unofficial results leaving Dollar Beer Night here for the Coffee Cup Racing League. Steve Baker picking up his first win of the season. Steph Marinac up in 2nd spot. Chris Roma, we just talked to him, finishes 3rd. A strong run for the driver out of Vermont, Andy Lambert, led over 40 laps here tonight. He will come home 4th. Justin Smith with a solid top 5 here tonight. The driver that should unofficially take over the points lead, A.J. Hamill, will come home 6th. Matt McLean 7th. Justin McDuff rebounds after trouble a couple times here tonight for an 8th place finish. Travis Roma and Craig Tully rounding out your top 10. 11th spot will be John McIntyre with his number 02, Mike Holtzclaw, Jeremy Watkins, Ken Farmer, and Doug Wasaki, your last car on the lead lap. Jimmy McIntyre had trouble early on. He'll come home 16th. with his Best Colorful Creations number 81. Matt Vaughty will finish 17th. Bill Martin 18th. 19th spot will go to Jeff Dillon. And Joe Schaefer will round out your field. Tough break for the drivers of the GSM Racing here tonight as they came in towards the top of the point standings, and it'll be a long road to haul to Nashville next week as we look forward to that one at the fairgrounds. It's going to be a very, very fast racetrack next week, 100 laps of action. But before we let everybody go, we want to thank everybody for watching the Espresso Super Series here, presented by the Coffee Cup Racing League on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And it is all brought to you by Dr. Noise Custom Graphics and Diecast. You need some paint jobs done for your iRacing car or diecast. You want your iRacing car made into a diecast. Dr. Noise can make it happen for you. Look them up on Facebook at Dr. Noise Custom Graphics and Diecast. Hall Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, it's Hall Sheet Metal. That's the name you need to think of. Misfit Motorsports Night, proud sponsor of Dollar Beer Night, and I've been told they have sold out of beer at the Langley Speedway. So McLean, well, he finished inside the top 10. We'll see if that covers the tab or not. He might be needing those cans back from everybody. Empire Racing Team, the proud the drivers of the 18, the 1, the 20, and the 98, along with the 8 Vermont, proud sponsor of the Coffee Cup Racing League. Arts Barbershop, proud sponsor of the Coffee Cup Racing League. If you need your ears lowered, Arts Barbershop, well, they can do that for you. If you need to get rid of that mop on top of your head, Art is the guy to do it. And how about Eddie Performance Solutions? He is the performance solution for the Coffee Cup Racing League. We're the one-stop shop for everything you need to get going very fast in the Coffee Cup Racing League. Well, that will do it here tonight from Langley, but before we let you all go, if you haven't done so already, make sure you take and go the road to 2,000 subs. Hit that like button, subscribe on the YouTube side, and you'll get notified every time the Turn 3 Racing Network goes live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But as always, my name is Upstate Al. It's been a pleasure bringing you tonight's action of the Coffee Cup Racing League on Dollar Beer Night by Misfit Motorsports. Until next week, keep it wheels down, and we will see you at the races.